Welcome. In this lecture, we'll discuss the various engineering material properties. So, in design, it is very important to be aware of the various properties of the engineering materials. So, these properties are elasticity, plasticity, hardness, ductility, malleability, brittleness, resilience, toughness, and creep. Elasticity. So this is the property of a material to regain its original shape after deformation when the external forces are removed. All materials are plastic to some extent, but the degree varies. For example, both mild steel and rubber are elastic materials, but steel is more elastic than rubber. Means every material is elastic, but the degree of elasticity varies. So that is an example कि mild steel is more elastic than the rubber, although both are the elastic materials. Plasticity. This is associated with the permanent deformation of a material when the stress level exceeds the yield point. That is when the stress exceeds the yield point stress. The material takes a form which is, the material does not regain its shape after the removal of the load. So, and that state is known as the plastic. That is, it deforms plastically. A typical stress strain diagram for an elastic perfectly plastic material is shown in the figure. So this figure shows a perfectly plastic material. According to the Mises-Henke criteria, good starting point for the plasticity analysis is the criteria is given as sigma 1 minus sigma 2 square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 square is equal to twice times sigma yield stress का square. And where this sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3 and sigma y, these are the three principal stresses at a point for any given loading and the stress at the tensile yield point respectively. A typical example of a plastic flow is the indentation test, where a spherical ball is placed in a semi-infinite body. So this is another example of the plastic flow. There is a spherical ball which is indented, and here the 2a is represent the indentation diameter. So in a simplified model, we can write this: if P by pi a square is greater than Pm, then plastic flow occurs. Where Pm is the flow pressure, this is also shown in the figure. Hardness is the property of the material that enables it to resist permanent deformation, penetration or indentation, etc. Size of indentations by various types of indenters are the measure how the hardness is measured. So this is measured by the size of indentations by various indenters. That is, there are to measure the hardness, we have the Brinell hardness test, Rockwell hardness test, and Meeker hardness test. That is a diamond pyramid test. This test give hardness numbers, and these hardness numbers are related to the yield pressure in megapascal. Ductility. So this is the property of the material that enables it to be drawn out or elongated to an appreciable extent before rupture occurs. So before rupture takes place. So this property enables material to be drawn out or elongated. The percentage elongation or percentage reduction in area before rupture of a test specimen is the measure of ductility. How the ductility is measured? So it is using the percentage elongation or the percentage reduction in area before the rupture of a test specimen. Normally, if percentage elongation exceeds 15%, the material is ductile, and if it is less than 5%, the material is said to be brittle. So, for example, lead, copper, aluminum, mild steel are the typically ductile materials. Malleability, another property is the malleability. So it is a special case of ductility where it can be rolled into thin sheets, but it is not necessary to be so strong. So when the material is rolled into thin sheets, then the property which is there is known as the malleability. So lead, soft steel, wrought iron, copper and aluminum. These are the some materials. So in the order of diminishing malleability. Brittleness. This is opposite to ductility. Brittle materials show little deformation before fracture and failure occurs suddenly without any warning. So normally if the elongation is less than 5%, the material is considered to be brittle. For example, cast iron, glass or ceramics. These are the typical brittle materials. Resilience. So this is the property of the material that enables it to resist shock and impact by storing energy. The measure of resilience is the strain energy absorbed per unit volume. For a rod of length L subjected to a tensile load P, a linear load deflection plot is shown in the figure. Strain energy, energy stored, that is mathematically given as 1 by 2 P into delta L, or it is 1 by 2 P by A into delta L by L into delta L, or 1 by 2 sigma into epsilon into V. So strain energy per unit volume becomes 1 by 2 stress into strain. This is a curve. Toughness. This is the property which enables a material to be twisted, bent or stressed under impact load or high stress before the rupture. So it may be considered to be the ability of the material to absorb energy in the plastic zone. The measure of the toughness is the amount of energy absorbed after being stressed up to the point of fracture. Creep. So when a member is subjected to a constant load for a long period of time, it undergoes a slow permanent deformation, and this is termed as creep. So this is dependent on temperature. Usually at elevated temperatures, creep is high. So these are the various important properties of materials, and these are the references from which the material is taken. Thank you for this lecture.